What is up, guys, and welcome to another episode of TW. And in this episode we start off by seeing that three of the people we did put offers in for, I actually did put an offer in for Chris Hero, in between episodes I should specify, have accepted our offers. So we now have Andy Baker, who we shall give an upper mid-card push to. We now have Lion Kid, who I believe will be a lower mid-carder. Oh, mid-carder, fair enough. Who's going to be a bit more of a high flyer. It'll be quite cool having him in. And Chris Hero, who's obviously going to be one of our better wrestlers around, really. I don't know, he's only a mid-card, really. He's a fairly decent wrestler, to be honest. Obviously formerly in NXT and things like that, but... and in this episode, we shall be heading into another booking of a match. I've actually started this, but I'll continue it. I'll make a cut and continue. But we do have the Culture Club, which is of course our weekly show in 3 days. So that will be on Thursday, as always. And I'll cut back when I have booked. Pretty much when I've done all the pre-booking, really. Just state, I will actually be starting a new tag team, a new storyline, which will be between two of our tag teams. So obviously the Bruisers will be getting a run, I suppose, and well, because I think the Bruisers are going to be our our biggest heel tag team. So just let you know, I'm going to be setting up a new storyline. And I will actually cut back when I've finished sorting it out, so we know what it is. As such, I have actually set up a new tag team, which is Chris Hero and Gregory Helms, who will be known as the Heroes. What with one being called Chris Hero and the other one having a hero gimmick. So, and that will actually be the storyline. So I'll set that up. Now it's Carly Cologne and Afronoia. Yep. Okay, that's his name now apparently. Chris Hero. And of course Gregory. There's Gregory. So I'm actually sure what storyline this is gonna be. Yeah, I've just done a quick description of what it is, so we'll just quickly start at storyline. And those more eagerly eyed will have seen that it said the tag champions, so we will actually be making them the tag champions. I'm keep calling them now. I don't know what the actual team is. The Bruisers rather. So the Bruisers will most likely become tag champions in this event. Spoiler alert. Alright, so we're back again, and we have now done all the pre-booking, and we are at the event pretty much. We've got some locker room incidents as well. There's been an incident involving Anderson Afronoy Jr. that reference. Anderson was the focal point of a backstage incident when he antagonised Afronoy Jr. so much that a fight almost broke out between the two. As his employer, I am going to fine him. I'll try not to let it happen again. You better now. Right, I've clicked desk, goddammit. Right, we got a booking. So I have actually done the book now. We'll go through it now. We'll add from pre-booking. And to start off, Cole Cabana will hype up his match against Barry Griffiths, just in order to ramp up that feud a bit. He's going to open the show because he is probably one of the best talkers in the company at the moment. And then we have a match that hasn't really got any feuds to it, but it is Gregory Helms vs Lion Kid, because they're both high flying kind of guys. And change title. Why did I say that? We're going to have, I think, Gregory Helms. Gregory Helms needs to win this actually, because he's in a tag feud, and the Lion Kid. I couldn't remember his name though. Lion Kid hasn't got a feud, so obviously Gregory Helms wants to get some momentum going into his tag feud. We're gonna make we'll make Lion Kid. Actually, no, we'll go all out match script, and we will work the crowd, and it will be a decisive win. I think this is actually two faces facing off against each other, but I'm not that worried about it, because it's obviously, well, because I don't know why I'm not worried about that, to be honest. I'm just hoping it's alright. Now Matt Sydal is going to be ambushed by well, what's going to happen is Buff Bagwell's going to invite Matador out to the ring, and then we're going to get a surprise addition to that feud, which will be that Vladimir Kozlov is in the feud. I just want to check his microphone skills. He's decent, yeah. So Vladimir Kozlov is going to be helping out Buff Bagwell. Is going to join Buff Bagwell's side in the fight against Matador. So that kind of gives Matador young underdog status in this feud. So then we have a bit of a strange match. It's going to be a bit of a squash, really. We want the Bruisers to look really strong, and obviously Sandman and Two Gold Scorpio are a bit indispensable, to be honest. So it's going to be a bit of a squash, really. Carly Galone can win. Why not? Domination by Afro Jr. And Carly Galone. And I don't want to click burial because it specifies, in other words, it look very poor. No, we don't want to hurt his we don't want to hurt the popularity, because we want to put these over as massive heels, not and not make the faces look weak, basically. So they will win the title. They will win the title in a squash match. I don't think that'll get great ratings, but it might push them as a heel tag team. And next we've got Greg Lambert. Will be, I think he needs scripted, doesn't he? Because he's not that great, is he? He's just a bit better than Barry Griffiths, so he can talk about that feud for a bit. And then Chris Hero will be facing off against Kenny Dykstra, I'll call him, because I don't know what his last name is. Oh, that's annoying. I'm going to have to start this out one moment. Okay, so instead of that, we have Andy Baker will go one-on-one with Joel Masters in a 10-minute match, or actually a 9-minute match and 2 minutes of entrance time. And then Gregory Helms will rant about Alpha Hanoi Jr. That is because obviously we want to advance that segment, so that feud. And for some reason we can't use Chris Hero. We obviously know he's away, but I think he's actually leaving these other companies, because I did set him as a exclusive paper appearance. So nevertheless, the next match will be The Rage versus Andy Baker. This is going to be actually, I've just put him in another match. God damn it. Yes. Right. We'll just stick another match. We'll just stick another face wrestler in against him instead. Who isn't fighting? Actually, I don't think Colt Cabana's fighting tonight. So yeah, Colt Cabana will go on over The Rage. Why not? It doesn't really help because we haven't really got many wrestlers. But I think we should actually work the crowd again, because Colt Cabana is. No, we can't. Oh yeah, we can. Colt Cabana is notoriously good at that. So will be an open match, and I want the victor to be Colt Cabana, because although The Rage I would like to push eventually, Colt Cabana is the better. It still says Andy Baker, but I'm fairly sure it's just the name. Yeah, it is. Because obviously we just put Andy Baker in a match against Joel Masters to compensate for Chris Hero not winning, so we can delete that pre-booking. And next up we have Terry Frazier saves Commander from Birchall and Barry Griffiths. This will tell you what, we'll do it this way instead, because that will make more sense. Oh no, we can't. I just realised. Once again, I'll be back in a second. Yeah, so instead, The Rage is going to go ahead and rant about Colt Cabana immediately after that match, presumably real angry, and then Terry Frazier is going to be saving Colt Cabana from Paul Birchall and Barry Griffiths, thus helping us advance multiple segments at once. So the two biggest segments in the match, and then we're going to have Terry Frazier will go one-on-one with Brian Griffiths, whom I don't actually know who I'm going to make win this. I think maybe we should go a bit of a kayfabe finish. In that, I think keep strong Barry Griffiths. We want Barry Griffiths to look like another monster. We want to script it, and we want it to be a flash pinfall finish. So like it'll be a roll up or something like that. That way it doesn't really. I'm just trying to buy time because we haven't got many faces at the moment, to be honest, or wrestlers or talent in particular. But what does it say? You must be a blah blah. Around right, I'm gonna add a couple more segments because obviously we want to be around 60% and not 78. So alright, so I've added a few should we say random segments. So hopefully the show won't be too awful. I won't go into the segments I've added at the moment because you'll see them when we run the show. But we'll run the show. Once you start, you can't go back. Right. Cabana interview. Blah blah. Cabana did not do well without a script to follow. He usually does, but okay. He must have been off his game a bit tonight, so it's not great. But and about that had a good crowd, which featured terrible wrestling. Gregory Helms defeated Lion Kid in 5:53 by pinfall with a Shining Wizard. Imagine matching a Shining Wizard. Commentary team lifted that, obviously, and it's obviously we weren't expecting a great match. All we wanted is to lift the crowd, and that's apparently what it has done. So, yeah, this match has lifted the crowd, so that's what we wanted to happen, really. Video plays hyping 2 Gold Scorpio and the Salmon versus the Bruisers, which is of course the match we see later on. Buff Bagwell is in the ring and calls out Matt Sydal to face him. As soon as Sydal appears, he gets jumped by Vladimir Kozlov, who'd been lying in wait. The ambush leaves Sydal down and out. Buff Bagwell was superb, working without a script. He had the crowd in the palm of his hand the entire time. I would assume that would have led to a higher rating, but never mind. It's got an initial rating of C+, so that's decent. Vladimir Kozlov's obviously debuted his gimmick and debuted full stop, so got him in the ring. An absolutely wretched bout that was devoid of heat and action. Bloody hell. The Bruisers defeated the Sandman and 2 Gold Scorpio in 3:37 when Carly Colon defeated 2 Gold Scorpio by a pinfall with a backstabber. The Bruisers win the AEW tag titles. That's all we wanted, really. Yep, that storyline's advanced, which is good. Obviously, initial ratings are awful. And we've made them look pretty weak, but I imagine we've made the Bruisers look strong, so that's really what we wanted to do. Greg Lambert again did quite poorly, apparently. Again, another Extreme Pro match. I'd expect they to have been able to put a good match on, but no, apparently not. Extremely Pro match. Storm was defeated Andy Vega rather in 8:51 with a choke slam. Oh lad. The announcers put over the fact that we'll be seeing Terry Fraser and take on Brian Griffiths later in the evening, which is of course one of the additional segments we added. No, I already did that. Yes. Greg Helms has an interview in which he goes off on a rant about how much he hates that Afro Jr., so that's going to obviously once again advance the storyline, but didn't get a great rating. He clearly enjoyed going off script, not being scripted, which is obviously what we want. In about that, good crowd would feature Turbo Wrestling again. These 2 wrestlers should be able to put on a good match, really. Yeah, I called it, didn't I? Colt Cabana was off his game tonight. Commentators again lifted the crowd, and the match lifted the crowd. The crowd were already pretty hot, so running a match designed to warm them fell flat. Yeah, it did lift the crowd, but probably should have had it just as a match anyway. But it was a bit of a filler match, to be honest. All of those segments were. Music video is shown from Greg Burridge again. The Rage does an interview in which he says he hates Colt Cabana. And Colt Cabana is in the ring giving an interview. Paul Burchill and Barry Griffiths come out, and in the ring, after some back and forth, they attack Ling. Cabana 2-1 rather. Terry Fraser comes out from the back, hits the ring and cleans house, saving Cabana. Greg Lambert helped Barry Griffiths during this segment. Oh, he's just automatically in there. That's good. I like the fact it's done that. This segment lifted the crowd. The Colt Cabana Barry Griffiths competitive hate storyline is advanced, and also the Civil War storyline, which is a bit annoying. How it says that, that's also been lifted, so that's good. And about that had good crowd and some decent interaction. That's a surprise.
Terry Frazier defeated Vargas in 1436 by pinfall with a quick cradle. Greg Lambert did some good work at ringside. Greg Lambert's actually going to come in quite handy for us at the moment. The general feeling is that AEW don't have enough interesting storylines going on, which is probably right. We don't, to be honest, at the moment. Got enough assets, I would say. Although this show has increased our popularity around the region, but that is because obviously the popularity is quite frankly as low as it can be. El Terrible. I kind of want to sign him just because he's called El Terrible. But we'll just advance and see if anyone has anything to say to us. Alright, now I think I'm going to end this off there, guys. If you like the video, please do like. Remember to comment anything really. Wrestlers you want to see us try and sign. Storylines you'd like to see us try and run, like cool ideas for storylines, because you can actually make your own like segments and stuff. You can actually write your own, so I'm going to look into that at some point, because there's a lot of good stock ones, but I'd like to have a bit more to play with, so stuff like that. And remember to drop a subscription if you want to see more content from the channel, and thank you very, very much for watching. Goodbye.